guys, today's concept is oops and oops video exactly means object oriented programming. Object oriented programming means it just describes the object and which means like in general way we have some class and object is instant of a class. For suppose if we take animals as a class, in that we will be having objects as dog, cat, donkey, monkey. These are all objects. These are all different objects, different type or different instance. So inside that object we'll be having some functionalities. Suppose dog barks, cat meow meow, uh, and monkey kir kir, something like that. It makes some sound. And dog, if you take inside, like if you take dog inner way, there we will have some German Shepherd, Golden Retriever, and Labrador Retriever, something. Uh, for every different type in it, we will be having some different features. For German Shepherd, it is black and brown in color. It barks very loudly. In Labrador Retriever, it is white. It also barks loudly. When we take Pug, it is small and cute, and it's brown, and it doesn't bark very loudly. That means we are having some differences, but for same feature we are just having different type of we have different type of output. Like German Shepherd can run fast. When we take running inside dog, German Shepherd can run fast. Pug cannot run fast. I mean, there is small difference inside the thing, like inside their feature. That's it. That means every instance is different. Every single instance in a class is different. Like we'll be taking two or more objects, we'll be dealing with it. And one more thing, what does class consist of? Class consists of methods and attributes. Method is nothing but the work it does. Method, it can be said as functions, user defined functions. Okay. The attributes is nothing but suppose for German Shepherd it's yellow color. We know it's fixed. It's some variable, or it's some variable created inside the class. If suppose we have created, let me go to the coding part now. Suppose for defining class, syntax for defining a class. First we should use class in, and you open parenthesis, class, and we just give the name of the class and close it with brackets. That's it. Here we just close it, and then under it we write everything like same as user defined functions. We define it and we use what we call that white spaces or indentation. We use the indentation. Now I will define class animals. As I told you, animals. Okay. Inside that I will use pass. This is basic class. How to define? This is basic syntax for class. Syntax for class. Okay, fine. I have created something. Suppose I have for animal. I should be initiating for giving some values or attributes to the class. We need to pass some instance. We need to use some self method. I will clearly explain you by doing it. And we need to use magic method, which is called, I discussed magic method or dunder method. here we use initialize dunder method. Okay, init is the dunder method that we are going to use here. Okay, fine. Just a second. Fine guys, now we let me do the same thing again. Class animals, and now I will be using some user defined and magic method. I will be using magical method or dunder method, dunder int method. There I will be passing parentheses as like our user defined functions. I will be passing here. The first thing should be self or some. I will clearly explain you self, and whatever we are going to pass through it. In animals we will be having something color, comma, one more thing what we will have like sound. Okay, fine. Now we have color and sound. We should use colon. Now we will be using self dot. Inside self we need to initialize color. Inside self I am initializing color. Okay, is equal to color. We are initializing color, and inside self we are again initialize. Here we are just initializing one constructor, and I will tell you deeply what is constructor and what is object, what is the difference between constructor and object. I will clearly mention you, don't worry. Sound is equal to sound. Okay, fine. We are initializing like inside self initialize color. Inside self self dot color. Inside color is equal to the color variable that we passed. Inside self the sound variable is equal to sound attribute. Here I mentioned you some name attribute. Attribute means the variable inside the class. Here variables are called as attributes, and methods means user defined functions inside the class. Okay, self dot sound. Okay, fine. Now I will write one more user function. Print. I will property I will tell property function. Okay, I will not use anything here, and already we have initialized color and sound. So print the color. Let me write some statement here. Print color is equal to the color is, then I will use comma. I have already initialized color, comma, and the sound is comma, I will use sound. What is the error here? We use the same thing here, self dot. Okay, self dot color, self dot sound. Okay, let me run it. Do I get any error? No, nothing is error here. Now I told you one class can have many objects. Object is just an instance of a class. Which means this is the thing that we call one time. I mean, it's just one time instant variable created for a class. We can just think instant container created for a class. We can a equal to, a is object here. Now we are calling like animals, and we need to pass animals of color and speed. Yellow, comma, sound is bow bow. Then I need to a dot property function. I need to call it a dot property function. Now let me check it. What exactly get? What happened? Property function, but one was given. Okay, sorry. I need to initialize self here because we are here. Self is a instance of a. Here self represents the whole class. The first here we are saying inside the class define this property. For that we are initializing self. I will tell you whether we have to write only self or we can write any other name, or I will tell you clearly everything. Okay, fine. Now it will be okay, I guess. The color is yellow and sound is bow bow. You can see it here because here we have two variables. Two variables are two attributes. We have it here. So I mentioned two attributes here, and the first one was color. This is called constructor. Here we are constructing the whole thing. Here we are initializing the whole thing. This init is a constructor here. Okay, we are initializing the whole attributes from here. So this is called constructor. We are constructing the whole building of the class. Okay, now let me show you some other difference. Okay, everywhere you can find this self method only, but is it mandatory to write self? I will check it. Animals, I will write the same code. No issue. I will write animals 1. Let me go for birds. Okay, birds. Okay, fine. Why to confuse the thing? Define init. Here we are just giving some variable name. These are all variable names. Okay, yeah, you know it. Like we are just in user defined function. Here it is a user defined function. Inside user defined function, what are the parameters that we pass? They are just names. Okay, they are not any variables or something. They are just names of the variables. Okay, here I will write America. Let me write Gokarna. Sorry. Control set. Okay, here let me write Gokarna and color. Let me first write name. Name means what is the name of the bird. Then I will write color. Then I will write sound. Let me write the same thing here. Let me initialize it. Name. Then okay. Again, when I initialize something, I need to put it. I need to tell that inside self initialize name, and it would be equal to the name that we pass. Okay, fine. Here the comma name, the now I'll give it here. First one name, right? German shape herd, comma, that's it. Now let me do the running part. Name is not defined. Okay. I need to write self dot name because it is initialized inside the self. Okay, because we are doing inside the class. Okay, it is initialized inside the class. The self variable is it represents the class. Okay, if we have like one more thing, Gokarna, fine. Now you can see the German Shepherd. The German Shepherd color is okay. Now the German Shepherd color is yellow and the sound is bow bow. Fine. Here I will say Gokarna I am just giving the name, that's it. Gokarna dot name. Let's see whether it works or not. Firstly, Gokarna, I defined it. Okay, fine. Name. Gokarna dot name. Next thing, color is equal to color. Okay, fine. Gokarna dot sound is equal to sound. Fine. We are just okay. Def property. See it. Method overriding is possible here. You'll get to know here how we use method overriding and something like that. Okay. Print fun function, property function. We no need to mention anything here. I mean, whatever. Print the comma. Next here we have to write Gokarna dot name. We are not writing self dot name here. Okay. Color is comma Gokarna dot, I guess this would be coming, but it would raise some error. I mean, previously before 2.6 this was working. Let's check whether this works or not. Let's get a clarity on it. The sound is self dot sorry, not self dot sound, it's Gokarna dot sound. Let's check everything is fine. Gokarna Gokrna. Okay, fine. Gokrna, everything is fine. Now let me create some instance of it. B is equal to any birds of, let me give now some name, parrot comma green comma, let me give it one more thing, kitch. Let me run it. Oh, I should be calling the function. I should be calling property function inside. Whenever we have full stop, I will clearly write the comments. Whenever sorry, again the same thing here. I need not write go, just I can write Gokarna, that's it. You can see it here. I used Gokarna here, but I didn't get any error here. And full stop dot or full stop in Python, wherever you go inside Python or inside classes or inside programming in Python, indicates inside the variable used below, inside the class or module used below. And one more thing, every module is a class in Python. Even whatever the program we write, it stores in main class. Okay, whatever the program we write, it is stored in it is stored as a class, main class. That's why we'll write list.append like that. Whenever we are using dot, it means inside the class, just check for that append method. That is the thing we are saying. Here we are saying inside the B object, which may be birds or something. It inside that class. here we are creating one instance. Instance is just a copy of the whole class. Okay, it is just copy paste of the whole class. You can say it is object is single time copy paste of the whole class. Okay, single time copy paste of the whole class. That means with using object we cannot be modifying the whole classes. I will tell you how to modify it and everything, like no issue. And remember, wherever you find dot, the previous one is a class. Even lists, everything, they are stored in classes only. Inside Python everything is classes. That's okay, fine, that's fine. Every module is class in Python. Okay, fine. Now we are just calling property. Here everywhere you can find self method only. But let's try with that also. I will show you what is the difference between self method, I mean why we are using only self method, and let me show you some difference here. Def init, same thing. I will copy paste it. I will just copy paste the whole code. Now you can see. Now let me again call the same function. You can see b dot property. You can check here, only the parrot, I mean the parrot is getting initialized here, because and birds of we are using. Okay, fine. Now again let me reload it. If whenever I reload it, the first property function is not going, because not calling. But here the second property function, I mean second, we have two property functions here. Okay, property function of self and property function of Gokarna. We have two here, but why second is only getting called, because while initializing we initialized Gokarna instance as the first one. Okay, that's why it's not getting called. But let me try it again and again. Control C equal to Control V. Okay. Let me type the thing. Wait. Let me copy paste German Shepherd bow bow bow. Okay, guys. Now let's check for C dot property function. Takes but 7 were given. What happened? Actually it takes only 7. Here it is only taking the self method here. Okay, but if it's only taking self method. It is not going. It is just going here. You can check the thing here by here. You can just check. It's just going from init. It just only goes one time for init. I will tell you one more method, like yes, rep, repper, and str dunder methods. We will use that in the later classes if we have some time constraint fixed. Okay, now it is when we have two init methods, how it will be handling the whole thing. It would be going here till here, then it is stopping. It is not going to the second init function. It's directly moving, because we already created one instance. But what if I create one more? Let me go do Gokarna. Gokarna. Okay, wait. Here I should be changing Gokarna, and I should be changing here Gokarna. Sorry, Gokarna, because it is other instance. You will get a clarity when we go deeper. Gokarna, okay, fine. Gokarna here represents the whole class, because we already gave the whole class instance name as Gokarna. Inside, even the class name is bird. Inside, for defining and assigning, we will be defining some constructor. Here self is a constructor, we already constructed it previously. Now here Gokarna is a constructor, we can now we try to change it to self, so it doesn't work. We already constructed self Gokarna as our constructor. Okay, this is the constructor importance. Okay, missing. Okay, init what is the thing? Okay, init requires, let me uncomment it. Okay, let me comment it. Now let me, sorry, control V. Let me try with it. Okay, comma. Now let me try it whether it works or not. It takes only 4. I mean here we are just getting only one single init function created with like with the same. Here we are not overlaid. Here we gave the same names here. Let's try with other names. Okay, let me delete the whole thing and recall. So okay, here we got 7 kitch. Okay, fine, till here we are okay. And these property, control Z, control C. Here we need to define some I told you method. Here we are defining some method, that's it. Method is nothing but user defined functions inside the class. Inside the class they are called methods, and variables that are whatever we define, that is called as that is called as attribute. Whatever the variables that we create here, that is called as variable, that is attribute. Okay, fine. Let me go Karna. Let me discuss of objects, multiple objects, then we will go for next thing. Go Karna. Okay, fine. I got here. I will write German Shepherd. First thing is name. We are initializing name, that's it, German Shepherd. Then we are initializing its color golden yellow. Then we are initializing its sound bow. That's it. Now here we are again calling. Okay, just now you can see it. I don't think there will be any error. Yeah, you can see we have created two objects. B and C are different instances of the we used the same function here, but we got different answer. Okay, but previously when we use the same function, we will be getting the same answer. But here, as they are different instances, one time we are giving birds class as parrot, green, and kitch as attributes. Here we in the second object we are giving German Shepherd, golden yellow, and bow as other attributes. So here we are objects or maybe many, but the class is single thing. We can have many people inside it. Like I told you previously, we can have dog, donkey, like that. We can have many people inside, or many type of people, or many persons inside that class. Okay, fine. Next concept is inheritance, the continuous concept. Here we have something like birds and everything. We define two different classes. But I need to import from these animals, I need to import the property function to this birds function. How will we do it? And inheritance, what is this? What is the meaning of inheritance in OOPS concept? Inheritance, let me type it. Inheritance in OOPS. OOPS are object oriented programming system. Okay, structure. Inheritance means getting or importing properties from other class. Like inside main function, for real example, I will tell real time example. We are just importing some modules. Import numpy, like numpy we will be doing. This whole numpy class will be imported to the main class. In the same way, like this, how this is done. Here we will be importing direct, I mean from one class to other class. Otherwise we can say, suppose some real time example. Suppose if your father have a flat, you will have all rights on it, right? All rights on flat. But when you have a bike, your father does not have any rights, because you will be using it inside the, I mean for going to office, and you are in Bangalore, then you will be using that whole thing. But even though your flat is in other place, you will be having all rights legally. But for your bike, whatever the property that you have, your father might not be having any rights. This is inheritance. Inheritance means like Vamsa Paramparyam. We can say in Telugu like it's Vamsa Paramparyam. It's like just getting some properties, methods, or attributes, getting attributes and methods from the parent class. Parent class is nothing but whatever the thing that we are using to inherit. Now let me tell you some syntax. The same way, class we will be writing, name we will be writing, but here we will use parentheses, and which parent class we are writing, parent class name we will be writing, then colon. That's it, done. If I will tell you some when we go deeper, I will tell you everything, like types of. First let's discuss inheritance. Class animals. We have class animals, def in it the same way as we defined it. Now I will use as per everyone using, you will be using self. I too will be using self, or you can your wish. Let me use a name, because if we use different only, then we will get to know any object, like then we will get to know self is just a parameter name. It's not needed to be used all the time. But when we have the total code, we should be using the same name. even if it's self or something. Self, they use it because it's common name and they can be using everything without conflict. But here we should remember what we are using. That's it. That now I'll use sound. Yeah, I will wind it up very faster. Now sound, and then action. Okay, let me define any object. Here it is an instance or it is a constructor. In it is a constructor. For here we are constructing some any object as a base. In that base we are putting everything, every sound, in action, everything like that. Any dot means inside that we are in sound is equal to sound, the variable that we passed it. Okay, any object is nothing but the name, that's it. Okay, any dot sound. Now action is equal to sound. Okay, wait, sorry, action. Okay, that's it, we have it. Now we have any dot action. Now let me create one more class functionality of, and I want to inherit all the properties from animals. Now I don't need to initialize it again. Def property, I mean property function. You don't need to type the same name, it's just thing. Property function of, we can use any object. Let me check it. I am not sure it will work. Or print any object. Using some other name here. Now I will use def self dot sound is equal to self dot, I won't use pass here. Self dot sound is equal to sound dot, I mean super dot, super mean the superior one, super dot sound. That, I mean, or we can use animals dot sound. Let me check it. And other thing, sorry, self dot action is equal to animals dot action. Let me check it whether it works or not. Let's check what the error it raises us. Property function, let me define it, new one. Print this animal sounds. Now I'll put sound. No, I will be initializing, I should be putting self, because I need to grab the thing. Whenever we have single parameter, we cannot be I mean we have no parameter, we cannot be using the function inside the class, because here we need to initialize these property inside the self or object that we have created. Self dot sound comma it helps in action. Okay, it helps him. Now let me define here, let me define one instance a equal to functionality of super.init. Sorry guys. Self comma obj sound comma action super. Let me try it first. Let me try whether this works or not. Here let me put the sound bow comma it does protection a dot property function init takes one position argument but 3 were given. Where is it? Here you can check. Init takes one positional argument but 3 were given. Here we didn't initialize anything like super.init. Here we are just initializing the thing. So super.init of whatever the thing we are initializing, we can just use as a tuple. So sound comma action. Here we are using super method and initiating sound and action to the init method. We are using it here. Init of here init is a magic method. Inside that we are giving some parameter. That's why I told magic methods are very important. We will be using everywhere here. And we have something called lifetime. And here we create one more function, print function. This is dog and it says bow means sound comma it helps in. Okay, comma action. Okay, fine. Sorry, here we have self.sound self. Okay, super.init of self comma. Here we can use self itself because it would be rather confusing, but you just need to know self it should not, it is not only required to be self, it can be anything, but rather avoid confusing and everything, we use self here. We need to initialize this print function for the whole class, so self we are printing here. Okay, done here. And init lifetime, self dot lifetime is equal to, here we will be having lifetime that we have given lifetime. Okay, fine. Here we need to print self dot and its self dot lifetime. Now let me print life. Okay, lifetime I didn't give it, comma 18. Now you can see. Okay, I will print a dot print function. I don't have any function inside functionality like a print function. I don't have anything, but I have it inside animals function. But I am using this inside functionality object. So let's check whether it raises any error or not. You can see this is dog and it says bow bow. It helps in protection. Here I am getting this method, this attribute print function, the print method to I am inheriting it to the functionality. Okay, here I just called only functionality, but inside that also I got print function, print function method. Okay, this is how we inherit. We grab all the all the things from one class to other class. This is the main syntax here. Let me comment it. This is the line that inherits the whole class. Other everything is just our actions, initializing everything. We are just initializing it to the top one because we don't have any. We need to call again animals and we need to initialize it. Instead of that, whatever we got here, we are just initializing it to the parent super dot init. Super means super refers to parent class here, which is animals. Here the parent class is animals. So we got animals, and we got here animals consists of print function, but we got it inside functionality class also. Functionality class also. This is inherit. Okay, fine, we have inherited. We got to know the basics of inherit. But when you and here we just completed the basics: inheritance, constructor, and object. Object is instance of a class. That's it. We have completed the things. So we will discuss types of inheritance, everything in the next video. Thank you guys.